There are a few different ways that we can create the appearance of columns in a document. A couple of those ways are not recommended from an accessibility standpoint. And in this video I want to show you those different ways and why that matters. In future courses we'll show you the specifics on how to create accessible columns within specific programs. The first example we have in this document is of a poem that has the appearance of columns that were created using the tab key. And the problem with doing something like this is that a screen reader or a text reader reads across the row as opposed to down the column. So this is what it would sound like to a screen reader.
The sun does arise, old John, with white hair, till the little ones, weary, and make happy the skies, does laugh away care, no more can be merry. The merry bells ring sitting under the oak, the sun does descend.
So you can see that that's not going to read in a logical order, and that can be really confusing to somebody who can't actually see or track that text visually. One of the most common ways that we create the appearance of columns in a document is to place the text in tables. So this second example that I have, you can see we've got a table here, and what we'll often do is we'll then highlight that table and we remove the borders, and now we have something that looks like we've created columns. The problem with this is that a screen reader has to enter into a completely different reading mode to navigate through a table as opposed to reading through text. So it will read down the column. However, it still becomes tricky to navigate through that because you have to use special key commands to navigate through the table. And most people, when they're accessing a table using assistive technology, are trying to pull data as opposed to read through text. Our last example is of the poem created using columns properly. In this example, the screen reader would read down the first column, then move over to the second column and read down that, and then finally move over to the third column and read down that.